Hi, I'm Nora Whittington with the Immigration Partnership of Waterloo Region. Our immigration partnership is one of approximately 80 across Canada. The goal of an immigration partnership is to ensure the successful integration of immigrants and refugees in Waterloo Region. Our goal is to look at housing, healthcare, English language, employment, and the true sense of belonging that we hope immigrants and refugees will have in our community. Our goal is to ensure that we can connect employers to immigrant and refugee talent in our region. And we partner with the Cambridge Chamber of Commerce to ensure that we can reach employers and share our message and be an ambassador for our community. We are really pleased to be able to support the Cambridge Chamber of Commerce on various initiatives, including these webinars. So, welcome today.
Hello, and thank you so much for joining me. Today, we're going to talk about making your content stand out on social media, utilizing social media marketing tools, techniques, and trips that maybe you haven't thought of yet. Before we get too far into this, I thought I would say hi. My name is Ashley Gould. I am the owner and creative nut behind the company Cinis Marketing. Cinis Marketing is a full service digital marketing firm located in central Ontario, and we have been in business for the past 8 years. I know, very exciting. I'm very excited to be with you today and to go through this with you for the next couple of moments as we discuss some creative and unique ways that you can brand yourself on social media. For more about me and my business, you can visit www.cinismarketing.com. Standing out in social media isn't easy. It's a very, very busy marketing sphere with posts coming out every second and with an audience that's attention span is only 2 seconds long. So it's hard to keep coming up with unique and fun and vibrant content over and over and over again to keep growing your audience and to keep keeping people interested that you have and to keep them from hitting that dreaded unfollow button. And that's where these ideas and tips are meant to make it easier for you to think, I could do that. That doesn't seem so hard. That's something my business can do and accomplish. And it's something that isn't going to take a crazy amount of my time because I'm well aware that you have 100 million other things you're trying to do in a day. So, the whole point to this seminar, which is going to be the next probably 10 minutes, is us going through some unique, interesting ideas that maybe you have and maybe you haven't tried on social media and how best to achieve them. I'm excited to go on this adventure with you. I decided that the best way to do this was to give you 10 unique content options to try. I also want to point out how I wrote this title, 10 unique content options to try. That's something that you can be adding into your social media thoughts. People like it when things start with something abrupt that tells them what to do. You're about to get 10 tips. You're going to do this. That call to action early or that little hook that's going to grab them in is something that you want to be thinking about when you're writing your captions in social media, whether you're trying to make them laugh or you're trying to actually compel them to further listen to what you're saying. Having that quippy, quick caption always helps. And having something like 5 days to better skin, 10 unique tips or unique content options to try on social media is a great way to hook them in and keep them paying attention. The first concept I have for you is storyboarding. And when you think of storyboarding, I'm going to assume you think of something like this photo. You think of creating that storyboard that tells what's happening. Well, in social media, it's a similar concept, just with a twist. So, what you want to do is add a combination of text, images, and illustrations into one specific post, giving your audience a full multimedia experience. This can be a great way to have your audience feel like they're part of what you've created, as well as to garner different audience types. Some people do better with text, some people do better with an infographic, some people do better with a photo. And by storyboarding, you're paying attention to the needs of your overall audience and making sure there's something for everyone. So this is a great tactic to try or to Google for further information on if you are interested in trying a new tactic on social media. Secondly, we have screen recording. Now, this can be done a couple of different ways. I'm technically screen recording now because I'm watching myself on the screen while I chat, and I have a secondary visual for you to look at. But the screen recording I'm talking about is more when you take your phone and you record, a certain section of something, a how to, something you want to show them, something you want to talk about, and then you add a voiceover where you explain what you're talking about. So not every time when you utilize this service is that individual going to see, or this service, when you use this concept, is your audience going to see your face. You have the option of just having the screen recordings with some words on top, just having the screen recording with your voice, or the screen recording where you actually have your face here. And all of these can very easily be accomplished in Canva, which is a very user-friendly platform that can help you. Screen recordings are a great way to give your opinion and let your audience see something that is behind the scenes. Some businesses don't like showing their faces, so this is a great option for those individuals as well, because you can still get your point across, make them feel like they're part of your community, and you have a huge value added for them without necessarily having to show your face to the audience, which isn't everybody's favorite thing. So screen recordings is a great thing to try adding in. It also creates great content for Reels on Instagram as well as stories. So just something to consider as another option for your social media plan. For those of you who don't mind when people see your face, there's always the option of live streams. Audiences love seeing and interacting with you. We're in a generation now where the younger audience is so immune to stock photo that unless things are extremely visually appealing, they would rather see real content. Why do they like you, your business, etc.? Whether that live stream is behind the scenes, whether that live stream is you talking like I am right now about a concept that goes with your brand, or whether that live stream is you actually staying online, showcasing new products and or selling them to your audience, having that one-on-one interaction makes it so your audience feels like they know you. They start to trust you. And that trust is something that's hard to gain in a social media community. So having that one-on-one personal approach makes it so that that person feels like you care and value that they're listening and that they're taking that time, as well as gives you the opportunity to clearly explain anything exciting that's happening in your world, whether it be that, the business is growing, whether it be this is a new product. It doesn't have to be a huge thing to live stream. It can even be a small change in legislation that has to do with you, anything that will help further promote your business. Live streams are a great way to promote yourself on social media. Gone are the days of the infographic, and in comes the instructographic. I absolutely love this word. I think it is so much fun. So now your question to me is, Ashley, what the heck is an instructographic, right? So an instructographic is a graphic or video where you're showing your audience how to do something. You're instructing them. So whether it be you're instructing them on how to use something on your website, you're instructing them on how to do the new lace tying trend if you're in the shoe industry. No matter what industry you're in, there's something that you can instruct your audience on. And people are loving instructographics because we don't have that much time and we're always trying to do new things. This took off huge in makeup where contouring became really big. And now you're seeing it in every single brand. It's a great way to further that connection with your audience while keeping it on brand, while talking about your products, while giving them instruction on how to have the best success with your product or service. So instructographics are a fantastic tool that you can be utilizing in your social media strategy. Number 5 is an oldie but a goodie. I will always say carousels are a fantastic way to interact with your audience. What is a carousel? A carousel is when you take multiple images and put them on social media at the same time so that your audience has to swipe on your phone to go from image to image to image. What this does is it makes them stay on the post longer, which tells the algorithms that this is a good post and that they should further it to more people. So this is going to get that post seen by more individuals. It also, if it's similar content, is a great way to tell a story, a review, something a little bit longer that's hard to tell on social media, and to gain that audience attention in a way you wouldn't with just one photo. One photo, and often I see this in text images with really small writing, people are going to scroll past it because they can't see it. So make the first page, boom, here's our 10 things. Here's our title, like I was saying earlier. Give them that, catch them, and then give them each little piece on its own screen in a carousel. Or are you having a company barbecue and you don't want to make a cap cut or some kind of a video? That's fine. Put all the pictures together so people can scroll through and see the wonderful time that your employees had, which could help you gain new employees and help with employee retention. So carousels are a very multifaceted way of furthering your social media reach, as well as having your audience engage with you on your social media platforms. Number 6 is behind the scenes content. Now, this doesn't work for every business. For me to show you behind the scenes, I literally take pictures of my computer because I spend all day sitting at my desk. I don't have the most exciting behind the scenes on a day to day basis. That said, days I go out on location to get content for my clients, we have a lot of fun. There's a lot of interaction and movement, and taking those behind the scenes helps people see the other side of the business, right? Another behind the scenes would be for me if I'm, going to the college to teach. So all the different pieces of what I do, I can make behind the scenes content. And the same goes for you. You are a multifaceted person. You're an entrepreneur, you're a business owner, and whether you specifically want to be the content or you want the behind the scenes to be your actual business, having people see the real fun vibrance behind the product or service makes them feel like they're part of it and makes them go from just a community member in your social media to somebody who genuinely feels like they're a part of your company. And that's something everybody's trying to achieve on social media, because the stronger your community, the further your reach, the more they're going to talk about you when they're not on social, the more they're going to purchase your product or service, and the more they're going to interact with you. So having some of that behind the scenes content can be really, really helpful in achieving that. And you don't need to bring in a videographer to have behind the scenes content. Raw is okay on social media. People like seeing content that involves the camera maybe moving a bit, you laughing, things not going right. That's okay. It can be like a blooper. It doesn't have to be a polished, finished product behind the scenes. They just want to see the real and the personable. Some of my favorite that I've seen lately are behind the scenes when the social media person comes in and you see people hiding, people checking their makeup, and all those things that people are going to do because they're going, oh my God, I don't want the social media lady to come in. I don't want to be filmed. But afterwards, they watch the film, they share the film, they like the film. So, however, you want to incorporate behind the scenes content, having it as part of your strategy on social media is important. Number 7 is shopping posts. Now, this doesn't apply to everyone, I'm well aware. If your business does not have an online store that's attached to Facebook or Instagram, this is not for you. But if you are selling a product or even selling a service, and there's a way that you have integrated it into an Instagram or Facebook shop, having that option for people to click shop now in your story, in your ad, having a link direct to the product is a fantastic way to further your social media reach, especially with Generation Z. This new generation really, really likes shopping online. So they like to purchase right through social media. They're not quite as leery of it as people like me from the generations previously. So making that easy for them is a great way to further your social media reach, whether that be by having that little button that appears, when you tag the item from your store onto your social media post, or whether you're one of those individuals that will go on a live and be like, okay, this is my next product, who's buying it? And then they're writing it down, they're talking to them, they have somebody in the background DMing for them. No matter which way you're doing it, if you have something to sell it on social. Show it to people. Even if your sale has to come after the fact and you're just showcasing new items for them, that's still a shopping post. Make sure that in the caption, you tell them your website a couple times. Give them the opportunity to buy right from social media, because the new generation coming up really, really likes to buy off social media. So make sure you have that option available for them so you're not losing that ROI. Number 8 is time sensitive content. What I mean by that is give them a deadline. If you say to people, we're trying to pick the newest color for our brand, the newest flavor for the season, the newest scent, the newest whatever you're picking, let us know your thoughts by midnight, and we're going to do it based on our audience. We want you to help us decide, right? People go, oh, okay, they need this right now. And they're going to interact because they're going to go, oh, if I tell them by midnight that I like, cerulean, then I'm going to, give them my opinion on that color they're looking for. Or if I have to tell them by midnight that I think they should make a pumpkin spice whatever, because let's face it, everything in the world is pumpkin spice in the fall, then they're going to give you that piece. If you say to them, help us pick our new flavor, and you give them two options, you're going to get some people that are going to respond. Don't get me wrong, that is also great content. But the whole point to this is to give you those further ideas to take things a step ahead. So saying to them, do you like this or that is great. Saying to them, do you like this or that? We need this by midnight and this is why, is going to take that content and it's going to just make it, leverage it so that you have a larger audience respond in a shorter period of time, which again tells the algorithm it's a fantastic post and shows it to more and more and more people. So it is great to have time sensitive content, especially surveys and stuff in stories. That is a great place to be putting your time sensitive stuff because it's meant for that interactive component. So it's something to consider while you're coming up with your social media calendar for next month. Just a thought. Video content is still huge. People love seeing you, seeing your screen, seeing your whatever you want to show them. So vlog content is also a fantastic way to further your reach on social media. Give them the option to watch you instead of reading your blog. Like I said, we all have a 2-second attention span right now. So if I had filled all these slides with stats and information, a few of you would have looked at them, but most of you are going to resonate more with the images and videos and then me in the corner of the screen because I'm doing this in more video style format. So that information is there and important, but that vlog component of taking that blog but making it verbal and explaining the same information is going to get you a further audience, especially when you tie it to social media. Why? Because you can put it on YouTube, you can put it on your website, you can use it as new content in other avenues and then push people to it. You can take literal pieces and snippets from the whole video and turn it into some sort of fun, preview or commercial, if you will, that you can put on social media to show people you really want to go here because there's great content here, which is going to push them offline. And having that ability to look fun and vibrant and vivacious, if that is your brand, is also a great way to further your brand voice and brand strategy. So that blog content, as much as it can be intimidating, doesn't have to be. It can be just like this. This isn't huge. This is literally 15 slides long, right? I'm not taking up hours of your time, and it's not mind-blowing content for my industry. But for somebody not in my industry, it's interesting content and might give them something new to do. And in your industry, you have that information too. Don't look at the stuff that you do every day as boring. Look at it as stuff that you can tell us as your audience to further your reach and further the knowledge that you're giving to people, because it really will benefit your social media and your business as a whole. Last but not least, and this tip goes way further than social media, is to rethink your social media goals. So this is not something you're going to put on social media. What do you want to see from us on social media? I mean, you can. They'll tell you if you have an audience built already. But this means, what are you trying to get out of social media? Some people post to post, and that's fine. But are you actually trying to get something? Are you actually trying to complete a goal or a task? And is it the same task that your whole group of people that are working on your social media know about? Are you actually fulfilling those targets? If you're trying to sell stuff on social media, are you using the 80-20 rule? Are you focusing on making sure that, 20% of your content is pushing that sale? If you're trying to get new employees, is your content based around how great it is to work at your workplace? If you're trying to get new clients, are you getting the information out there about your business and services so that people know that you're available? Right? So rethinking, taking that minute to think, okay, so yeah, I'm posting on social media. Check, that's great. But am I fulfilling my social media goals? What do I want to get out of social media? And then go through the last 9 slides and come up with some great content based on what your goal actually is. Set a time frame, maybe a month, maybe 2, and start really pushing that agenda. Because you got to remember that only 2% of your audience see your posts at the beginning, and that every post that does well, that gets bigger and bigger and bigger. But still, you're not going to have 100% of your audience see every post. So having similar ideas and fun concepts so that the person that didn't see it today that sees it tomorrow still has a similar interaction and still thinks about the same goal as the person who saw it today will benefit your overall social media strategy. So that's the last tip I want to leave you with today. Now, of course, I'm a business owner too, so I'm going to take one last second to remind you that Cinis Marketing is here and that we are here to help if this is all too much, or if you're looking to outsource your social media to a third party. We would love to hear from you. You can send us an email at ashley@cinismarketing.com or contact us through our website, www.cinismarketing.com. You can see the spelling of Cinis Marketing on the other side of the screen in our logo. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I hope you got some valuable information out of it and have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye.